I have tenants that lived by us for a few years. They literally destroyed the place, huge holes in the walls, all over the place, missing cabinets, totally trashed by frum people. What do I do now? Some people say it's Lashon Hara to talk about it. I said it's not, because they left it for the public to see, and on top of it, it's theft to leave a place in shambles. Is it Lashon Hara? And how should I resolve this? I'm sick to my stomach how these people acted like pure chazirim. To go and tell the world about it, no. You don't. You should not do that. Don't tell the world about it. But if you had a certain contract, an understanding that they were supposed to give back the place the way that they got it, then you have to go to a bedin. At the bedin, you're allowed to tell them everything. It's not considered lashon hara because it's for the sake of helping and getting to the truth. And if the bedin sees your proofs versus their argument and sees your case, they'll have to pay you. That is the only appropriate step that you can do as far as doing something about it. The other option is simply never talking about it again and simply accepting it with love, forgiving them completely, because if you don't forgive them, then you'll have to be reincarnated in order for them to pay you back what they stole from you. So if you can forgive them completely and never talk about it again, forgive them. If you can't forgive them, then go to a bedin and let the bedin resolve this issue. If you're right, then the bedin will rule in your favor. If you're wrong, then the bedin will rule in their favor. But at the very least, you'll have an outcome once and for all, according to the Torah, and you'll be finished and absolved from any more hatred in your heart, because there's also a prohibition from hating your brother in your heart. So this feeling that you have right now, I very much understand it. Many people that I've dealt with in my life have spit on me in my face. Almost standard for people that I've dealt with monetary issues to do things like that. People are just terrible. I agree with you. But the Torah is there for us to know what to do in those circumstances. To go talk about it with people is definitely the wrong approach. It's Lashon Hara. There's no benefit that could come out of it. There's no good that could come out of it. It creates a lot of damage, much worse for them than what they did to you. Because let's say, for example, you say these people are complete chazirim, and now I don't know who they are. So to say it to me, it's not Lashon Hara, because I don't know who they are. You're not mentioning a name. But to go say to somebody that knows who they are, and say, oh, this such and such family are chazirim, they're pigs, they destroyed my house, they did this and that. Okay, so the guy says, oh, so really, wow, I thank you for letting me know. And you're like, why? What thank you? I mean, I understand maybe you like some juicy stories, but why thank you? Oh, so the guy says, oh, because my son was on a shidduch with their daughter. And now that I know that the family is a bunch of pigs, I'm not going to let my son marry this pig. I'd rather marry somebody else, not a pig. And then you say, oh no, sorry is not going to help. At that moment, you pretty much murdered these people, you destroyed a marriage, and you have a very, very serious bill on your hands that's almost impossible to pay back. So I promise you, if you follow what I tell you, whether it's, again, either completely forgiving them or going to a bedin, those are the two choices you have, and you'll get to the right outcome either way. But to continue just hating them in your heart and sharing it with people, worst possible thing you could be doing for yourself, because you're getting no benefit out of it and only downside. Your house is not being fixed as a result of it, and even more so, you're collecting sins that Hashem Yishmo can be very, very terrible. Don't talk about people unless this is something for the sake of toilet, for the sake of helping the issue. Talking about the strangers, talking about the neighbors, not going to help it. It's forbidden. It's Lashon Hara. Go to a bedin. It'll resolve it once and for all. And perhaps even if you are shown that you're correct, it'll also help them. Even though they'll have to pay you, it'll help them know not to do it again. And if you are wrong, then it'll help you know that in reality you were wrong, and you had no case to say Lashon Hara about them. But either way, you'll get to a resolution. That's what you do.